everybody. Welcome to Board Game The Smorgasbord. My name is Z Garcia.
I'm Joey Evans.
Joey Evans, y'all. And this guy right here sitting next to me, oh my goodness.
Tom Basil. What?
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tommy Valacious Vassal, they call him. Tommy VV.
Where did I call me that?
You've never heard that?
Hey, we're getting excited. In
Yes,
2
we are.
weeks from today, Dice Tower West starts.
Ooh, Vegas, baby.
Vegas.
Thanks for
I
leaving me
really hope I
hanging.
run into that guy again before I die.
I'm a little sad that we haven't.
Who?
That gentleman, and I say the word gentleman very loosely, on the plane, on the way to Vegas, I think maybe the first time we went, was, I would assume, inebriated, and enjoyed the sound of the word Vegas sprouting forth from his lips in the plane.
This is to Vegas or from?
This is to Vegas.
So he's already
They
ready.
closed the doors and they were like, and we're about to depart. He was like, Vegas!
Correct.
Was he a
He had
college?
started the party early, let's say.
Was he a college kid or like a bunch of other college
Oh,
kids?
no.
No. I said the word gentleman.
Okay.
Anyway, no, that guy, I hope he's doing all right wherever he is. Dead, face down in a ditch.
Come join 3,000. Alrighty.
Woo!
Anyway, later on today, we're doing our top 10 dungeon crawls.
Ooh.
Oh!
We played a new dungeon crawl yesterday. That
Would it have made the list?
it would not have. But it would not have made the bottom of my list either.
Okay, good.
Would it have made the We Copied Hero Quest 9.5 out of 10? It would have made that list.
Yeah, right
That's
there.
not as interesting a top 10.
Yeah, but like, it
we
would
could
be a
do
top
10.
3 or 4 almost. Alrighty. Well, let's get started here, folks, today with some board game news.
Vegas.
Didn't. I brought it back.
You did bring it
I
back.
like that, though. Definitely no.
No, the working at a Chinese restaurant, that works.
Look, I was going for Steven Seagal. We're doing dungeons. You know, who else
Steven
was
Seagal working at a Chinese restaurant, but he halfway through,
Yes.
he's going to have to rescue everybody in the diner from the oil baron who is taking over the town.
He's been a chef in like 6 movies.
So
They just remade Roadhouse, by the way, which I'm very much looking forward to.
I am
it
too.
looks good.
Yeah.
It does look good. That's like a guilty pleasure for me.
Also,
the
it's in
first
the keys.
movie.
I was like, oh.
I know it's here. I'm actually like unapologetically looking forward to it.
Same here.
But if they had remade it with Steven Seagal, could you imagine that? And the setting is instead like Chinatown in like San Francisco or something.
That would be
He's
fan.
working at a Chinese restaurant.
You talking modern Steven Seagal now?
Yeah, right now. He eats half the food he makes. You know what I mean? Like, and he's like,
Steven Seagal. Anyway, look, folks, this is Dice Tower News.
Everybody.
Let's take a look at the news. So we got some games. This first one, Xylotar. Now, I forgot. I meant to look this up to see if this is actually a thing.
What, you think it's fake?
No, I mean like the instrument.
that's a real picture
that's-
from a real place.
Well, I know
Yeah.
that. Xylotar. Because I know there's a keytar.
No,
It brings up xylitol, which I forgot existed. That's a gum that we had all the time in.
It's used as a sweetener, right?
Yeah, it's a sugar alcohol.
Just type in Weird Al, and you should have that.
Okay, so no, I'm guessing
Okay,
not a
but
real thing.
actually, this is a re-implementation of a trick-taking game called Magic Trick, which
Oh.
I believe you might have played with me. I definitely played it at the retreat. This is where you don't know all your cards. You know the person next to you arranges them from smallest to largest, and you know the suits of the cards.
Look it up. Let me see the cover real quick. Like, Google
Magic.
Steven.
Yeah, Google Magic Trick. That'll make it come up.
The cards look like this.
No, I've never played it.
I did, and I did not love it. I did not hate it, but we'll
It
see.
didn't have any bears playing a xylotar in the past, though, did it?
That's the best word ever, by the way.
into my restaurant, disrupting my customers.
You know what though? I bet this might
that the bear?
this might be this might be something that appeals to you if you like trick-taking games and you like Trio, because it sounds a little like a combo of that.
Okay.
All right, now I was telling Mike that I think the next game is actually called Now, and I think the the new wave of things that is coming are these number games again. They're coming back.
Coming back around?
Yeah, I think so.
It's a numbered card game renaissance.
But not like the mind at all.
No, the mind was a limited communication renaissance.
Got it. Okay.
No, this one you're discarding your cards as quickly as possible. You're looking for the perfect number. But you don't want to go through your deck too quickly. You have to shout now to get as close to the target values to get them.
Wait, it sounds like a speed game, though, right?
It does. It's from Scorpion Mask and Randolph. Hachette's distributing this in the U.S. It's going to be $15, and it's 3 to 8 players.
Whoa.
So there's a lot of, like I said, I just played one from Wolfgang Kramer called Quick 10, something 10.
Speed 10.
Speed 10, I don't remember. But yeah, there's a lot of these games, I think, now. You taught me one where you put the cards on top of each other.
Oh, yeah, Mind Up?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Grit and Glory is coming from a new publisher from the Czech Republic called Pink Troubadour.
I like that cover, too.
That's a cool logo for the company, too. Pink Troubadour? Ooh.
It's set in a post-apocalyptic world where speed, tactics, and a bit of luck are the keys to success.
I'm in.
As
like,
it should be.
flint
You're
so
guiding
far.
your convoy through the treacherous wasteland to claim the richest territories. You're going to reveal a location card that you're trying to get this number that you're trying to get close to, and you'll press your luck by playing cards from your deck.
Wait,
This literally sounds like the last game.
what? Cards with numbers?
That is not
Whoever
quite
gets
the
closest to the target gets the best reward.
That's 100% like a similar idea. Yes,
It really is.
But now it has
Wow.
a cool ride on the cover, yeah, and a model from Old Navy.
That guy?
Pants.
All right.
Pull him up.
And the same designer and same publisher, we've already taken a look at this game in the past, is Galileo Galilei.
Galileo.
I know. It's impossible. Like, can you imagine if Galileo transported the future? Like, how do people remember me? Well, through song. But not how you think.
So wonderful. Can I hear it?
Was his name
cannot.
Galileo Galilei?
Yes.
Was it really?
His parents didn't like him.
Yeah. Why would you do that to a child? If their last name, I'm assuming a lot here that the structure, naming structure for Italy, I guess. I think it's where he's from. But if their last name was Galilei, they really were like, we'll call him Galileo.
Gal Gal.
Come here, Gaga. Gaga.
Gaga Google.
Oh, my word.
Go clean
Well,
up your notebooks with all
anyway,
these scribbles.
this
What
is for
stuff?
1 to 4 players.
Gaga.
You're going to be an astronomer who will discover new planets, find unknown star systems, develop your telescope, and make a scientific breakthrough in the difficult ages of obscurantism.
Here's my
It's a
pink.
gorgeous cover, I will say.
Uh-huh.
This sounds like a cool thing. Though. I like the idea of being in this era where you're discovering all these planets. That's cool.
That is gorgeous.
I would have discovered so much stuff
Look
back
at that,
then.
man. That is and their logo again, the pink Troubadour, was it?
And you can
Yeah.
change colors.
I know, that's really cool. I like that.
I like that.
Looking forward.
All right, Floresta is from Amiibo Games. I've actually played this game. It's coming out at Spiel. This is a 2 to 4 player game. It's a competitive game in central Portugal where there's forest management and fires are starting. So you're building a fire tower so that you can send people out to stop these fires, but you're also planting trees out there and trying not to, if you have fires that start near your trees, you could lose points. But each of these boards, you put these boards together, you're going to be using dice and cards to put these trees out, but every board has different rules on the placement, and they all can be flipped.
Okay.
So I like it. There's a lot of really cool aspects to this one. I would not be surprised if you do not see this come to America.
Yeah.
I feel very confident about that.
You'd be surprised if you mean it's likely coming.
It's likely coming.
Oh. Got it.
All right, Matt Gertz has gone back to 1996 and has released
Let's go.
some information about his new game called Seven Empires.
Let's go. Matt
Okay.
Gertz.
He's comparing this to Imperial,
It's a good cover.
but he says this time, no money and no rondel.
No Rondell? Who are you, Matt Gertz?
Don't take that from us.
2 to 6 players are competing for political military dominance. And you're
Okay.
controlling different empires. So you've never played Imperial, I'm
I've
assuming.
not.
He doesn't know who Matt Gertz even is. Do
Do you know what a rondel is?
Yes.
Okay.
Matt Gertz, when you think Rondell, you should be thinking Mac.
Actually, don't be like yes like that. I realized last night
Oh, wow.
he has never played
Games.
Risk.
Oh.
I
You've
played
never
Capital
played
Risk.
Risk?
You know what? No, I played Axis and Allies, but not Risk.
Because I said
played
the way
Capital Risk,
I said
but
the way
that's
the
it.
dice work here is just like Risk, and he's like, I don't know what that means.
We played Risk together, Joey.
I have played. Wait, which one? What did we play?
Didn't we play the Legacy one? Like a round?
No. Oh, we did do a round. I haven't played fully. I know the Risk battle thing
Okay.
No, you don't.
because
You-
Star
play
Trek.
at the same time.
Star Trek has it. The
Yeah,
Star
we
Trek
have the
game you
same
hated has it.
Okay. Well, anyway.
I didn't grow up with Risk.
Look, your lunch break is over. Back
I'm
to
an
the
Axis and
restaurant.
Allies guy.
No tips. All right. So Imperial, you don't. There's different nations that are playing the game,
Okay.
and you are trying to control a nation. But if you don't control any nations, you don't go for a while. Like it's this nation's turn. Who controls it? You control it. You might control 3 nations, and I might control 0. I can still win because I'm trying to get points in different ways. But
Okay, is it the terrible thing by Risk where one guy goes for an hour? Is that
no, it's a terrible game. I hate it with all my heart.
Okay.
But most people tend to like it. I don't know what you think of it.
Risk?
Imperial.
I don't think I've played Imperial.
It's like Risk.
It is not. All right. Funny Fox has a couple games coming. First, we have Factory of Dreams.
Ooh, I like
Let's
that.
go.
That's
I will say this. I feel like I've seen this cover before, but I haven't. But it feels like another cover. It's
very Wonka.
like a Game Right cover or something. But it's a nice cover. Anyway, this is a 2 to 5 player game. You've been hired at the Factory of Dreams, where each night millions of dreams are invented to take dreamers around the world on extraordinary adventures. Anyway, it's
love
a
it.
co-op game. You're going to create 5 dreams based on that night's themes. You're adding thought cards to 5 flask tiles to create associations to fit that theme. You will then take your dream board and write one dream, a single word that fits the theme and connects the thought cards in that flask.
It's like a little party game with words.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like you're putting a bunch of cards in these, and then you'll like, how do all these tie together? Here's my word. I hope I match what you also wrote. That's what it sounds like from
Yeah, I
that
think
description.
so. I think so.
That sounds fun.
Sort of code
Yeah.
names with a little more, a little prettier. It sounds cool. I'll check it out.
The other game from Funny Fox is Treetopia. So Treetopia is a game in which you are making trees. If you look at the bottom there, see all that nasty toxic waste? But the trees are beating it at the top there. So you're planting these trees, and whoever has inspired the most hope in this game is won. You're making a sanctuary
Okay.
by planting trees. And you're trying to put trees together the same type or that have a symbiotic relationship.
Card game, I assume?
I think so. It doesn't say, but I would imagine.
Trees are in, man.
They really are.
You know?
Ooh, I love the look of this next game. This is from Libellude, and it's called Harmonies. And I really like that cover.
Is that a fancy lion? What
It
is
is. That's because this is about making habitats for animals, and you're trying to, I guess, create harmony between them. You're going to incorporate the habitats in your landscapes wisely. So it looks different. It looks abstract for sure.
Yeah.
But I like that look. I love that cover a lot. I like the name, although I was disappointed because I was like, ooh, Harmony's a music game. But don't fret, folks, because we got a couple of music games coming, but not yet. First, we're going to pause and take a look at Red Raven game called Isle of Night. This is a
I like
small
that
box
cover.
game. It is not Ryan Lockett. It is Dustin Dowdle. 2 to 5. This island has magic and treasures, but it only appears at night. So you got to go at dusk to the island, find it's a deck of cards. The island is a deck of cards, basically. You're going to draw cards and choose one type of card to keep. Any unclaimed cards remain, and so there's more choices to grab from. So it looks like a drafting game, and cards you don't draft stay in the middle.
Yeah, I read the rule book yesterday, actually. It's only a couple of pages. And yeah, it's scoring opportunity set collection, basically. And on your turn, you take 3 cards off the top of like a 116 card deck.
Okay.
Reveal those 3, and then you can take everything of one kind. Like, I'll take all the Beatles. That might leave some cards, obviously. And then the next player draws 3. Draws 3, displays them, and takes all of one kind. So you kind of leave behind the
There's a
number of
display in
cards
the
that are
middle.
left behind, ebbs and flows.
So when I draw
Okay.
3, the one card you didn't pick is added to that, so now I have 4 cards?
Yeah. It's sort of like this central part that sort of grows, and eventually if you left a couple of something and my pull has a couple more, I'm like, great, I get 4 of whatever.
And whatever type grows in there is what you
Yeah, I
get.
take all of one kind, and then you're trying to satisfy conditions, you know.
Okay.
It seems cute. It seems like a very small game. That's the main thing. That was my takeaway. Is this is a quick, kind of small filler
Like 20,
game.
30-minute game.
Yeah, yeah.
I do
All
like
right,
that
let's
cover,
go back to music. Bitewing games, Bebop.
Skip bop.
Bebop.
I was going Hanson.
All right.
You are a handsome man.
All right, Bebop here is from Robert Hovakamian, and this guy loves Reiner Knizia a lot.
Yes.
So he's trying to make a game like Reiner Knizia. He describes this as something between Samurai and Babylonia with a hint of Through the Desert. And when you look at that board, it definitely looks like that.
Yes, it does.
Unfortunately, I feel this is a jazz festival. I don't feel like the board shows me that.
You
No.
got jazz from that?
I see a piano at the as the border.
If I had a xylophone.
Maybe closer.
Was it?
I mean, I'm still
Xylophone?
interested in this game. Bitewing Games. If you don't know, Bitewing Games, the owner of Bitewing Games loves Knizia even more than Mr. Mike DeLisio.
And that's saying something.
That's
It really
crazy.
is.
It really is.
It's not possible.
The game has a really good art style, I'll say that, and it sounds interesting.
Maybe that board looks better. Maybe I'm looking at that like a
Very tiny, yeah.
a tiny picture. Maybe it looks better because the cover looks great. And I like the theme of a jazz festival. And I like Babylonia and Through the Desert. I think they're fun games. So I would be, Mike
right,
says
calm-
blasphemy. Calm
down,
down.
Mike. Calm down, okay?
Knizia's enough love to go around to everybody.
Yeah, if there's enough Knizia for everybody, man. You get a bow tie, and you get a bow tie.
All right, more
Joey gets a
music
bow
games,
tie.
also from Bitewing. Shuffle and
Very good,
Swings. This is from the same designer, actually,
That's
as the
cute.
last game.
Skibbity bop bop.
Bop.
Actually, the name is Shuffle and Swings Fabulous Factory of Marvelous Musical Gadgets for Giants. Shuffle and Swings Fabulous Factory of Marvelous Musical Gadgets for Giants.
That is fun.
Anyway,
sentence. It's a
so
good
the mice here have met while dancing. Your manager's at a factory making a name for yourself, hiring mice at your employ to recruit cats around the factory and build giant jazz instruments.
Those all go together so well.
I am super confused by this theme.
It's about mice creating giant
jazz
musical
instruments.
instruments, as in for humans.
You know what's in this game?
What's so hard to understand?
A rondelle. They stole it from Matt Gertz.
Matt Gertz is coming for you. And when Matt Gertz walks in, he's like a dog with a bone.
Because he made Risk.
That's interesting that you're a mice supervisor and your workers are cats. I guess the mice
I
have,
know.
the mice have taken over. They're like, we're done with this.
Yeah. And there are real people in there, apparently, right? There's big shoes in the
Or
background.
maybe they're cats.
Speaking of cats, Cat Blues is another music game coming from the
Wow, you're leaning into music.
me.
Well, they have a
Good.
trio of games
Okay.
that are all music themed coming from Bitewing. And this one, though, is an actual
Game?
Knizia game.
Yeah, this one's right on Knizia. It's a remake of that that game you can see in the top corner called Cats and Jammer Blues, which I have not played. Have you?
No.
Mike says he played it. Mike says it's great, but it's Knizia, so of course.
Grain of salt.
So this is acquiring a quartet of cards of the same value. You can use jokers to claim mice tokens equal to the valued card that's played. It sounds like a light, simple game from Knizia, and I tend to like his games that are like that, and I
Yeah.
really like the look of this one. Those
It's-
cards look great.
That looks
That
really
sounds like
bright.
one of those old school, early 90s Knizia games. You know, he was knocking out these little card games. So, yeah.
All right, then we have Dying Light, the board game. This is coming from Glass Cannon.
That does look
And
good.
it looks like there's a day and night phase, and you can turn off the lights, which I'm curious how that will work next week, because we're playing this next Friday here on the Dice Tower.
I'll bring my
So
black light.
Come watch it. You're not going to be there for this.
No.
We'll send you a picture.
I don't want to see it.
I
Do you have
know.
a black light?
Maybe you said no. You were going to judge me, weren't you, if I did have one?
No, I was going to assume that you did have one.
Yeah, you're
What's
a
the matter with you?
magician, Joey.
Don't magicians use black lights?
Did you
No.
ever have? Do you have any acts that use a black light?
Maybe. Yes. But not in my house.
Does that shirt have any secret pockets?
No, it does not. It should
Okay.
carry my...
We talked about this a little bit in the
Weapons.
past. The newest Magic set is a clue
that looks
set.
good, though.
This is out right now, actually. But tomorrow, or February
Wait,
23rd.
what?
You did not know this?
No.
Really?
Okay, Ravnica Clue Edition. And so there's like a clue theme to the Magic set. But this particular set which wasn't out. They already have out the Commander decks and Magic.
Oh, the Murder at Karlov Manor or something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
This is a specific game, I think, that also works with Magic. It has a pack of 21 predetermined suspect weapon and room cards, and you put some in an envelope at the start of the match, and the rest are divided between them. They're playable Magic cards that you can play in other decks, but in this game, they're just used as clue. I'm going to buy this. We're going to get this and try
I'm
it out.
so curious about this. I'm not
Wow.
even kidding. Is this Clue or not Clue?
It's a card game of Clue with deduction that the cards can also be used in Magic the Gathering. What? I know.
When is this coming out, you said?
Tomorrow.
When are you getting it?
Tomorrow.
No, I'm going to
Jason's
your
grabbing
game thing.
Jason's grabbing Lorcana. I haven't grabbed this too.
Where's their Lorcana? Where can I get Lorcana?
I don't know.
Oh, the new Arcana set comes out tomorrow?
Yeah. That's why it's gonna be late.
Where?
Cool stuff, I guess.
All right, I'll check.
That's true. That's why he's not coming with me to your
Yes.
game. He has to wait until cool
Are you
stuff
kidding
opens.
me?
He's driving separate just because he didn't want his mom to have to wait in line for him.
He was going to make his mom wait in line for
Lorcana. And he was on the fence about it.
Older than all of us.
I know. His mom's like in her 70s. His mom. Can you imagine? All right.
This sounds neat, the Ravnica Clue Edition thing. Let's move on, please.
All right. Gale Force 9 has announced 3 new exclusive board game projects on GameFound. And these are, 2 of them are reprints. The Dune. So they're making a giant box version of Dune. It's called the Kwisatz Haderach edition.
John Shadrach.
Don't you know
Kwisatz?
what that means? Man, I hope Shai Hulud eats you.
How can this be? For he is the Kwisatz Shadrach.
I'm not apologizing for not knowing how to pronounce Dune stuff.
Should be.
No.
You are proud of your nerdom,
You
but
speak
you don't know how to
Klingon.
say these
Card.
things. Even I
No.
know about Shai Hulud.
I don't care.
Ah.
Anyways, it says it's got new luxury components, a never-seen-before expansion, and a brand new way of playing the game of classic Dune.
This game's from the 70s. They have a
It
new
is
expansion.
100% from the 70s.
You're just moving past the next 2 though.
I'm not done
We're not
talking.
Yeah,
there
I'm
yet,
about to get
baby.
to-
Calm down.
I wanna get to
Skip
it.
the last one, though.
No.
The
no.
Adventures of Conan is an asymmetrical dice game.
That's I'm interested in. I want to
good.
check out that dice.
Comes
I
the
like-
soundtrack.
I like Conan, you know?
Yeah.
Conan's a cool
He doesn't like
cat.
soundtracks during games.
Oh, you
right,
want to
you
play
don't.
music during a game?
No, I'm talking the Conan score. Played
You want to
the-
play it during this
course,
game?
yes.
Well, why? We're playing a game, though.
I don't get it either. It makes sense to me. but-
Really? Wow. A thematic score.
Maybe if it was really quiet.
Can you hear it? No? Okay, that's good.
I'm willing to try again. How about that?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And then finally, Star Trek Ascendancy, The Final Frontier. This Ultimate Collection has brand new content, and it puts everything in one giant box. I'm actually
Oof.
really nervous about that.
Okay.
Because the box for Ascendancy already is pretty big.
Yeah, I want this to be a Borg cube that fits into your calyx.
That'd be cool, actually.
Okay, I would actually come around on that.
Yeah, like, that would actually be neat. I would
was
put
like-
a lot of games in Borg Cube.
I would, yes.
I got rid of my Borg Cube, didn't I?
You had a Borg
You had a Borg cube?
A Borg Cube for the old Star Trek, the WizKids game.
That's
Remember
right,
that
there was a
big
Borg Cube.
Oh,
That's right,
yeah.
the Borg.
I got rid of it before
How'd you get rid of it?
because I didn't have space in my house, and
Yeah.
it was before the studio. It would definitely be here.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a Borg Cube, a big one, too.
Yeah, it was like this big.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Borg.
You just, how many times you say that word?
Just as many as I
It's
can.
a
before
fun
you
word
notice.
to say, though, right?
And then the final news today, it kind of ties in with the game found. CMON has announced a 5-year exclusivity that they're going to put stuff up on GameFound, and they mentioned their next.
I hadn't heard the 5-year part.
That's crazy.
Did it say 5? I apologize. I thought it
No,
said
no,
5
no, no.
years.
If you're right, you're right. You're often not, but sometimes you are. All I'm saying is I hadn't heard
There's a clock on it.
that there was a 5-year exclusivity. That's a big,
Yeah.
even bigger deal.
I might. I'm checking this now.
Tom, I believe you so much right now. You're going to Google it. Okay, cool. Anyway, their next game, or the first one they're bringing to GameFound, second one.
Second one, because I just did.
They just did tactics. They're running tactics
Right.
now. But next up is something called God of War. and I guess it's based on some kind of video game that I never heard of, and I'm assuming was not very popular.
No, I only know because Drax, in that the holiday edition of.
Yeah. I only play games on 3DS. If it's not on 3DS, I'm not interested.
Oh, I agree.
No, this is a huge deal. They've already done several video game properties that they've turned into, Bloodborne.
I read it somewhere, but I can't find it.
Cyberpunk 2077,
Yes.
they just did. So God of War, that's very exciting.
It is. It's going to be.
This is actually, though,
nice.
between them and
Awakening Realms?
Gale Force 9 going over to GameFound's big. CMON going over to GameFound is like earth-shattering big.
It is.
I agree.
They
Yeah,
are the
big
biggest board game company on Kickstarter. They said here in their thing, $100 million over 60 successful campaigns, and that's $10 million Kickstarter got out of that. And
Wow.
they're moving. GameFound was already growing to some degree. I thought they had a bit of a shaky start.
Sure.
Well, they came out the gate like, boom, we're GameFound. We're better than Kickstarter, which they are a better browsing experience. They have pictures. Kickstarter scrambled to add some of this stuff, it's good for everybody. But then it kind of slowed down. I know that GameFound announced like last year, like the 10 biggest projects or whatever were on GameFound, but still, when we do crowd surfing every week,
It's
the vast majority of our
Kickstarter,
projects
yeah.
are
It
still on
is.
Kickstarter. Them going to GameFound is going to pave the way because people go to, with having the two biggest Kickstarter companies, Awaken Realms and CMON, on GameFound. That's a big deal.
I agree.
I do wish it had an app, and I'm glad it doesn't, because browsing the app is so addictive on Kickstarter.
I wish-
What do you mean GameFound doesn't have a phone app? Oh, I see what
Just
you're
the
saying.
website, which is
Okay.
the website works on your mobile, but
And I wish GameFound had a alternative to KickTrack. KickTrack works for Kickstarter. I would like to
Predicts,
see
yeah.
something like that
on
for
the back
GameFound.
end, yeah.
Now, that being said, this is, like I said, I think it's really interesting. I saw some people complaining, I don't like exclusivity. This is not what that is. This is, yes, they're doing stuff exclusively with GameFound, but this isn't like me going and saying I'm only selling products at this store, but not these 5 stores. This is like me saying I hired a guy to cut my lawn. I don't have to hire a new guy every month.
Right.
Right.
I'm just going to work with this one guy. This is not exclusive is terrible. That's so weird to me.
It's almost like a distributor to a point, It doesn't really matter to
Yeah.
me where I go.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying here. It's like they're hiring someone that they can't run campaigns on both at the same time. You're not supposed to anyway. So they have to pick one. They were already exclusive to Kickstarter.
Correct. Yeah.
So anyway, I think this is really interesting. The God of War, I've never played that game. You have, right?
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic.
So, and then you're interested in anything that shows as a war thing on the front.
I agree.
I'm surprised you've never played God of War.
I pick my video games and then play them, for
Oh,
like
that's
ages.
true. You like
he does. He
to
plays
deep.
one all the way to the end. And
Yeah,
then-
you'd pick one and kind of go narrow but deep, and I dabbled in a lot. But no, God of War is fantastic. Yeah, I hope it's a good one. It's likely to be very interesting to me.
Yeah, so we'll see. I
Interesting.
think that this is going to raise the level of play for GameFound, and I'm curious to see by the end of 2024 where GameFound versus Kickstarter are, because this is going to bring other people on board.
It's interesting what Seth says about didn't know about GameFound until watching it here.
Wow.
I'm wondering how many more people are going to find out
Sure,
about
but
it.
that's been Kickstarter's biggest advantage right now is just recognition.
It is.
They don't have a pledge manager, which still blows my mind of any
Yeah.
user thing. GameFound has a pledge manager. You pledge in GameFound, you're done. This means, actually, this is other interesting news. CMON's using GameFound as a pledge manager now, too, then I guess. Because they were using their own little weird
they
pledge
were.
They
manager,
had
Yeah.
their
which I
own-
hate it.
Yes.
Okay, but it was their own thing, yeah. So I'm assuming this will be more streamlined now. Again, very interesting news. We'll see how this all shakes out.
And BackerKit's still that wild card in the background. So
Yeah.
I like it. I think the competition here is great for everybody.
Yes.
I'm not wanting one of these guys to beat the other two out because then there's no competition and then we all are stuck with this one thing.
Right.
It's kind of like eBay. You're stuck with eBay because there ain't a lot of alternatives.
There have been little ones tried, but there's never been anything showing up, has there?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and any alternative to eBay is kind of something different, Craigslist or
Mm-hmm.
Etsy or these other things. So, alrighty, folks. Well, that is the news.
This is a segment where we take a look at a board game based on an IP, and I tell you if the IP and the mechanisms match. Today we're looking at Disney's The Nightmare Before Christmas Making Christmas game. The gold cards are going to tell you what you're trying to score, and if you're able to complete this on a turn, then you will take this card and it'll score you points. Whoever has the most gold cards at the end is the winner of the game. What you can do on a turn is you can swap 2 cards here if you want to in order to make something, or you can take one from your hand and swap it with a card over here. Or you can discard a card from here and draw a new one to replace it. If you meet the requirements of any of the cards, in this case I do with this duck, I grab this card. These will be discarded. Then the turn will be over, a card will come out, and a new one will come out. Once all the gold cards are attained, then you have your winner of the game. So the game itself is a little odd. It has the Nightmare Before Christmas theme attached to a Christmas game. I guess that works fine. In this one, I'm taking out majority of the movie, and you kind of have to think about the scene where they're making the presents and Jack is delivering them, and this are the scary presents that he is delivering. I think there's only 3 or 4 different presents in the game, so they repeat itself quite a bit, and that's really for game purposes more than anything. There really isn't a lot in this game that makes me scream the IP, to be honest. The artwork is there, the pictures are there. It makes sense that the presents are a little bit goofy and scary, and I guess all that plays into it. If you really want to look hard at that minor scene in the movie, or whatever that scene would mean to you, then sure, it's that one scene, it hits it pretty hard. But as for the overarching movie and the message of the movie, I don't feel like this game, the IP and the mechanisms are going to match very well together. This could easily be themed as anything else. In that regard, it's an okay, lighter Christmas game to play. If you're a fan of Nightmare Before Christmas, maybe you want to try this one out, but just don't think that thematic touch and that IP is going to be dripping from this game, because it will not.
All right, folks. We are flying to Vegas. Vegas is a 5-hour trip from here.
Vegas!
In a couple weeks. And whenever I fly to Vegas, overseas, it doesn't matter. I always repack my backpack. I always take everything out and repack everything. You put in the electronics you need. You make sure your batteries are charged.
Yes,
you add those accoutrements that you're going to need because the plane's might lose your luggage, so you have a couple things in there. I always pack a shirt now.
Underoos.
Because you never know.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then I always pack some snacks. I do.
Yes.
Because, let's admit it, the snacks on a plane are pretty terrible for the most part. They are either those, those
Snacks
flavorless
on a
cookies,
plane.
Yes.
sometimes a bag of pretzels, or peanuts. I think those are the 3 things that you usually get.
Yep.
You get the little on the plane itself. They give you the little biscuity thing.
Yeah.
Unless you sit in first class, then they bring you a whole box of snacks, and you're like,
I would know.
I'm like, am I allowed to have more than one? They're like, have as many as you want. Then you're sitting there going,
And then they're like,
what does that really mean?
And they're like, first time here? Oh, aren't you kidding?
I know.
Here's
It's
this
like,
worthless stuff.
act like you've been here before.
That was the first time I flew with Jimmy, and I was like, Jimmy, this is not normal. Because he's like, you can have all these snacks.
You're gonna spoil that kid.
I always pack snacks, though. So, what are the snacks to pack on the plane?
This is not something I normally do, by the way. I don't pack snacks.
Really?
But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should, but I picked my 3 that I would want to pack.
You almost always get a snack at the airport, though, don't you?
Or like just something to eat or whatever, yeah.
That's a rich way to do it. Yeah.
What's your number 3?
All right, I had to get stuff. First of all, you find something you don't have to wash your hands after.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, I'm with you.
And then it can't smell that bad, or you can get the look. I know what's going to make you probably.
You know,
my number 3 is kimchi.
kimchi, durian fruit, and sardines.
And you can't make you thirsty either, because they only give you that much drink. You know, 1 can goes for 3 people.
You can ask for more drink, and they'll give it to you.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I will do that then.
You know what's funny? I googled this because, of course, I do this. I googled like snacks to take on a plane or whatever, and on the list was boiled eggs.
Yes, I saw that.
Eggs, and I
saw that.
What cat is rocking hard-boiled eggs on the
person
plane?
sitting next to you.
Also, are they already
pulls those out.
pre-peeled? Did you come on the plane? Okay, because if you're like on the plane going and peeling it, I'm not sitting next to you.
Oh, okay. All right, so my number 3 is trail mix. You know, just it's a simple one. It's got everything in there. I get to deviate. I got my chocolate. I got my nuts. I can throw out my raisins. You know, so it's just
Not a raisin person?
a huge raisin.
I'm with
person.
him, but you can get trail mix now.
That's
that has
just
the
M&Ms?
stuff and M&Ms.
I like that. I like the peanuts. And
I like the
M&Ms.
mix of sweet and salty. It's pretty
I
good.
do too. I do too.
Yeah. My number 3, I'll just go ahead here and jump into
it's the same
it.
thing?
I'll let you have your moment in the sun. It's very similar. It's Chex Mix, though, instead. I don't
Oh,
like trail mix as much as I like Chex Mix.
I agree with that.
Have you ever made your own Chex Mix?
No.
My mom used to make it when I was a kid. She would say, I'm not buying this garbage, and she made it. It was so good, and when I had actual Chex Mix, it wasn't as good. But you put Worcestershire sauce.
What happens? I avoid that word like the plague. What is it?
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire?
I'm pretty sure I'm saying it closely correctly. Anyway, you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean, and it is delectable stuff. I've had it homemade. I've never made it myself. And it is good. It is better,
is.
and that sauce that you speak of does give it a nice kick. But yeah, buying it is fine. I don't care. Just buy Chex Mix. That's my number 3. I love it.
Well, I haven't made it since since I moved out of the house. I just know that's what my mom made. My number 3 is licorice. Licorice sticks.
Really?
I really like them because they hold up pretty well. Because I'm always worried. Like
They do.
The one that almost made my list, number 4, was chocolate pretzels.
Oh, jeez.
Really? Chocolate covered pretzels. I really like them because again, it's that mix
There's
of
so much
salty and sweet.
judgment in season.
Oh yeah, I don't care.
It's like you just said anchovies or something.
It doesn't, but it's still that it melts later on when I forget about it. Like I don't eat them on
Yeah.
the plane, and then later on, and I've been burned by that
Yes.
several times.
But see, licorice melts but into each other, so it's just a bigger piece of licorice.
Not if you get really good licorice, anyway. But
Oh, I don't. I don't do first class
I like
or good licorice.
licorice. I like all the flavors too. I know that you don't. Some you hate black
I don't do
licorice.
black licorice. You like black licorice?
I like black. I like red. I mean, I like the flavors better. I like really weird flavors like sour apple, green apple licorice.
So you're not
blue
talking
licorice.
Twizzlers. You're talking like actual licorice.
All licorice. I like
Okay.
licorice
They're all
in general.
technically licorice, all those though, but the licorice flavored ones are. You like those? The actual licorice flavored ones?
I don't like them as much, but I think they're fine.
Because I'll get like they make some nice, slightly more, slightly smaller companies or more like,
Yeah.
esoteric ones that do the green apple, do the whatever.
In fact, I need to remember for this trip. I had told you I have like 8 packs in my fridge.
Oh,
Really?
Wow, okay.
Oh,
Freezer.
that-
Well, the
What's
guy
the
said
Twizzlers?
he said licorice freezes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
The Twizzlers, that's a good one, man. I didn't think of it.
They
but
have the
that's a good
stuffed ones too. The new orange
That's-
sherbet
Oh,
ones.
Those are very sweet. You will
They're
go for more
really-
drink than what they give you
Yeah,
on the
that's
plane.
true.
That's the thing about licorice. I can eat a couple sticks and it's good. It's not too sweet that I'm like, I just ate a bunch of candy. But also, it's a little filling. I don't know. I just like it.
Yeah, anytime I've gotten like the filled ones, they get me, every now and then. I'm like, you see it looks so good. It's like, oh, and they had that key lime one. Remember that?
Oh, that was really good.
But like you have that
Ooh.
much of one, and you're like, I feel sick, like sugar.
Oh, they're the stuffed
sick.
ones.
Yeah, they're too much.
All right, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is something I just discovered like a year ago on the planes. The
You
chocolate.
discovered this on a plane.
Well, no, my wife brought them. Like these are great. Chocolate
Oh.
covered espresso beans. Have you had those?
Yes, they're awful.
Okay, don't listen to him.
I don't
They're-
like coffee, so I wouldn't eat them.
No, you would still. I'm gonna bring some.
They're
That
for you.
makes no
bad.
sense.
They are
That sounds
so bad.
terrible.
You would no. They're so good. You would like them.
Did they give? Is it a caffeine jump when you get them?
I don't think so. I think there's. You
I
have
don't, I don't think so.
I don't get it. I don't get this one.
Really?
I tried.
I'm not a big fan of chocolate and coffee together.
All right, you gotta try.
I
some.
love chocolate and coffee together. I just don't want to eat a coffee bean. You're literally like crunching down on a dusty coffee
So
bean.
good.
It's like eating the coffee bean. It's not a good idea. I just
Covered
don't
in
get it.
chocolate.
Ugh, it's so bad.
So good.
Well, what's your number 2? Since we're going out of order here.
I like coffee covered chocolate beans.
I knew it.
Now my number
Wasabi
2.
peas.
Oh, I forgot
I
about
only have,
that
like,
one.
3 of those.
I know. I eat 3 and I'm like, I'm good.
Those are
Now
good.
my number 2 is combos.
So's
Yes.
Really?
That
Yes.
was-
Let's go. You know what, though? I think we have the same number 1 also.
mine. Well,
So-
I know we do because I buy it every time we go to the
Yeah,
airport.
well, okay, there you go. Yeah, my number 2 is combos.
Combos
They're
were my
good.
4. What's your flavor?
I like
Pizza?
The pizza ones are good, or
I switch around. It depends what mood I'm in. Except the blue cheese is like the lowest.
They make coffee flavored ones, and I like them.
Pizza's good, but I also like the nacho cheese ones.
I do too.
Because I like
the classic.
Because I sit there and go, do I like the pretzel cover or the cracker cover? And I'm like, they're both good.
I really wish that combos would experiment more. They seem like a company
I
that
agree.
is just happy to settle.
Mountain Dew needs to buy combos.
I also wish.
Yes. They should do that. Like if combos came out with crazy flavors more frequently, man, I'd buy this stuff.
I would
I'd
too.
never get combos.
Also, combos, it's okay. Go to the big stores. I don't want to have to go to the convenience store to get you.
No, yeah. Is that the only one? Do they actually sell the big bags, like the chip-sized bags of combos? I don't think you can get those.
I also think they should make
I would
the
die,
combo
though.
itself in different sizes. I want to get like a big combo that looks like a shotgun shell.
You want to hold this combo and eat part
You know what I
like
mean?
Like an
I want
apple?
it to be like a burrito.
That would be so good.
I'm seeing
Do
what
they make
Amazon's
that?
got.
What do they got? They got nothing. Look at the
That's
same
a
stuff.
13.5 ounce bag. That's pretty big.
No. The combo itself, I want to be enlarged.
Okay, I'm not
asking for that.
I want a Lay's style size combo.
You're right, though. I look at these 6 flavors, and they're the 6 flavors I've always seen.
They came
right?
up with that in the 50s.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's that one? Hold on. Is that chicken?
Chicken wing?
Buffalo blue cheese?
Okay, mixing the wing one with the blue cheese, that works.
I'm just saying the blue cheese one's fine. It's my lowest of them, but I like them all.
I wish that they would innovate a little bit.
I don't know what it is, though. You eat like 7 or 8 combos, and you're like, that's a pretty good meal.
It is.
This also is like to be a crossover for my favorite snacks while driving.
I agree with that.
Combos work really well for that.
Agreed.
All right, what's your number 1?
All right, my number 1 is, I'm going against my whole messy fingers. It is close to yours, Chex Mix, except it is Muddy Buddies. Have you had those?
Yes.
Those are so good.
Those are
man.
good. Okay, those are good.
My mom used to make it called puppy chow, which is like the powdered sugar covered in a Chex thing with peanut butter and chocolate inside of
It's
it.
a terrible thing for the planet. It gets all over everything.
Doesn't matter because they're that
Yeah,
good.
it's like sand. It gets everywhere.
But you get the looks, but you also have the Muddy Buddies. And
Stop. You get the looks, but you also have the muddy putties. Don't ever say that sentence again. Especially on a plane. Excuse me, ma'am. Could you move? I got putty put.
I'm not sitting next to you on a plane if you're going to be eating that stuff. It's going to get all over everything.
Oh, that might be my new favorite term.
got the Muddy Buddies.
I got the muddy putties moved.
All right. Occupied.
Oh my goodness. All right. My number 1 is the same as Tom, so go ahead.
My number 1, I was going to say beef jerky,
That was on mine, but the smell?
very
It's
specifically
not beef jerky.
beef sticks. Sticks are great.
And
I agree.
specifically, and I think you'll agree with me here, not the beef sticks that are like open at the ends. I don't prefer those. I like the little sausagey ones.
Yes.
Those are delicious, and they're not as messy as you'd think, and they don't get in my teeth as much as beef jerky would have. So
They're not great breath-wise, unfortunately.
Right.
But I also try to buy the ones that come in a bag because they're not as greasy as you get that Slim Jim. I'm not talking. Slim Jim is actually probably my least favorite of these because you peel that off and you just see the grease pouring down the stick almost.
Right. Yeah.
What's that one that we get the Little Johns or I
what
forget
is
what they're
that
called.
guy? That dude's face is on it.
Yeah, I like those, and I really like when we go to a place that has them like at a deli or something. Those are the best, man.
Oh, that's fire. Yeah, that's
yeah.
different. Yeah.
Like Buc-ee's has some great sticks. What do you know? You're gonna get to go there. You should be looking forward to that.
I'm getting a lot of beef jerky, but it doesn't smell as bad as what they
Look
talk
at Mike's comment. That's so stupid. This is your captain speaking. We have to return to the airport. Apparently, someone on board has muddy.
All right. Well, anywho,
Stupid. I love it.
those are our 3 favorite snacks taking a plane. Let's keep going.
Nah.
Happy breakfast, everyone. Today I'm here to talk to you about Kapow, which is this brand new version of it has just come out. This is Volume 1, in which you've got heroes versus villains in a one-on-one dice combat game. Unlike, say, dice throwing, where you're trying to roll the dice and get a Yahtzee style thing of all of the same symbol or a run, you're rolling these dice and assigning them out. You're assigning them to attack kickers, which add to the value, or multipliers if you can get all them dice into the right place. You've got defense, and then you've got power-ups. Power-ups to give you more dice. Or, the sort of twist with this one is you can get these dice which are blank, they've got no faces on, and you add the faces onto them. So you can take a couple of faces from the middle. You go, all right, I've got some extra punches, so hopefully when I roll this dice, it's going to give me a better chance of getting that punch symbol to do a bigger attack in the next round. So you've got a sort of combination of normal dice as well as these ones which you're building the faces on. I think it's a fun one. If you're liking dice, you're going to be rolling a lot and sort of assigning them out. And I think that's a really nice little system. It's got some great moments where you've gone all in on attack, you do a load of damage, and then you realise, oh, I haven't defended this round though, and my opponent's about to do a pretty big kapow back right at me. Definitely been fun. Don't be put off by the very word-heavy looking board, because actually it's fairly quick and easy to play. In 20 minutes you'll have rolled dice and one of you will have been knocked down to 0 health. Let us know in the comment section below if you've played Kapow and what you thought of it. And until next time, enjoy the rest of your breakfast.
Okay, so we're taking a look at these brain teasers here. So we have 3 different brain teasers. This one, you have to somehow get the Triforce apart and then put it back together. This one, you have to somehow pull the sword from the stone and then put that back together. And then this one here is the Hyrule Crest. So you can see each of these. They come with, I mean, basically, there's not a lot of instructions needed. And here, I got to get this whole thing apart. I feel like I've seen this one before. The chain one. All right, let's see if any of us can solve these. You're a magician, solve
All right,
it.
here we go. This is how's this going to work
Are
out?
magicians better at this by very nature?
No. You would think so, but no.
This one has something to do with, like, I feel like this one here, I have to put the, I think the sword is a key, and I have to go in at different levels and twist it.
Oh, you got to twist it, smack it,
Bop it.
dab it.
Roy solved the one that you have.
Great.
Yeah, so if you don't, you're a hack.
I'm going to hear about it all day.
Hi.
Nope.
I feel like I've seen this one
I got movement.
As a non-Zelda thing?
non-Zelda thing, yeah.
Well, probably, it's possible none of these are particularly...
Zelda related?
They're all Zelda related, Tom.
So you want me to do it, Joey?
No, Roy.
I gotta do it real quick.
Okay,
Isn't this
so
great? Okay,
do
so
you
what do
like
you-
this kind of thing, Tom? Normally?
I really do. Because I'll
Is there
sit,
like a pattern to
I'll like
it?
watch a movie or something, and I'll just mess with it, and then it will fall apart in my hands, and then I'll be like, oh, man,
That's
how did I
what-
do that?
Yeah, I felt it
You don't know how
move.
you did it then.
And then I go
Oh,
watch
okay.
online.
Fair.
Hold on.
These are my fidget spinners to some degree.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay. I almost said that for a second. Okay, here we go. It's getting it to move.
I don't think you've done anything.
Super quick, Joey.
It keeps going.
Yeah, that's the thing. Once you know how to do
solve
these,
it.
you're like, it's really easy. And then
I
you
know,
like
but
scoff at people who don't know what they're doing.
One you did have Joey as the simplest one out of the 3.
Do you feel like these, like once you know if it's a gimmick, and once you know the gimmick, though, it's not really a puzzle as much as it is just like
Like I said,
knowing
it's a fidget.
the bit. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it's like any other
always-
puzzle.
they're
Once
all
you
like
know
that.
once you
Let's
know
see here.
the.
Hold on, hold on.
Let's see.
Maybe if I pull this out like this.
Maybe if I do this. This is.
This is.
Somebody said they're
weird.
pricey. Are these pricey?
I bet.
I think, well, yes, but these puzzles are always pricey, these kind of things. And
These are
you want good
metal,
ones
nice
because
metal.
they're metal,
Cracker
it's nice. It's like you can have it sit on your desk.
I'm getting there. It's look. It's wait.
Wow.
Oh!
You did it?
There can be only one. Can you put it back together too?
It's
Or?
a really pain in the neck to put it back together.
That's-
Because you got to get all the pins to...
but I don't think I could do it again. It just kind of eventually fell apart when I kept playing with it.
Yeah, there's a way easier way to do it than what you did. But
Okay.
you have to have it standing upright to make the pins, like, come apart.
All right. Well, anyway,
There we go.
there you go.
Did you get it?
No.
Does that sound like a triumphant yell? I'm confused. All right, folks, we'll be back later today. We're going to be talking about our top 10 dungeon crawls. Me, Joey, and Camilla. That will be at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we got other videos going up over the course. Tomorrow we'll be playing Dante Inferno at 9 a.m. Joe's about that too.
I know. I really want to play
And
that
then
one.
we're going to be going to the big game bash
Buddy buddies.
in,
Yes, Fort Myers, Florida.
yeah, if you're in Florida, you should be coming.
Yes, you should. We
Like, I
play
don't care where you are,
games.
Pensacola people, you better be there.
Get driving.
Why is Brian Drake not coming? It's like a 10-hour drive. He's so lazy.
We got South Dakota people coming.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
Did they drive?
they're on their way now. I think hopefully they flew. They had miles.
They do have a lot of miles to cover. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Joy Evans.
I'm Z Garcia.
Have fun. I'm going to get this.
I fixed mine.
Pause.